Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. And Bob, the sad saga of the Dallas Cowboys continues.
I'm starting to feel sorry for them. I really am. It's sad to watch. But they don't have a quarterback. I say it all the time. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're playing high school, college, or pro. If you don't have a quarterback, you can't win.
They were losing already.
I mean, well, I know, but at least they were competitive. But they can't win with a backup quarterback in the NFL. I mean, you got to have a Patrick Mahomes, a Josh Allen, and Jaden Hurts. I mean, all the teams that have quarterbacks wins. The ones that don't lose.
It's amazing how that is.
Same thing in high school, because everybody's in the spread formation, throwing it 30, 40 times a game. So you got to have a quarterback. You don't have a quarterback, you can't win.
Can't win, huh?
The poor Cowboys, they don't have a quarterback.
And you also got to be able to stop the other team from scoring.
Well, that's true. And we said a couple of weeks ago, what besides Dak Prescott throwing to C.D. Lamb, what did the Cowboys do well? Nothing.
None.
They don't
Not
run. They don't have a running back. They didn't go get Derrick Henry. They don't stop anybody defensively. So they're not very good. So McCarthy's going to be gone. The question is, who's going to be the new coach?
Yeah.
Peterson's going to be going to Jacksonville. All these, there's a lot of openings. And Bill Belichick's sitting back there just licking his chops. Which job does he want? Because he wants to get back in.
He does?
Because he's only about 10 wins away from passing Don Shula for the all-time win list.
So he wants to get that record from Don.
Yeah, right. He wants that all-time wins record. So,
okay.
So he's going somewhere. The question is, where's he going to go?
All right. Well, I guess we'll find out. We got guests in here this morning. Bob, who do we have?
We got the chamber, first of all. Dina, how y'all doing?
We're great. How are y'all doing this
morning?
Good
morning. How's it going, ladies?
Good morning. Going good.
What's going on with the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce?
Busy. Well, we've got a couple things we want to talk about this morning, but the first thing I'm going to let Faith talk about a little bit is our Santa Shops Here campaign that we started this year. And it is kind of a little program where we've encouraged our local businesses to participate in, to encourage local shopping this holiday season. Of course, I say it all the time. We encourage local shopping all year round, but with the holidays right around the corner and the holiday shopping's already started, we want folks to shop local and keep all that money here in our community. So I'm going to let Faith share a little bit about our participating vendors in our Santa Shops Here campaign.
So we have 18 participating sponsors. These are all businesses in the community. So we have Rejoice Wellness, who is our Santa sponsor, and on December 16th, when this program ends, we will be doing a live drawing at their business to choose 3 lucky winners, and they will receive some of the total amount that we're giving away, which is $3,750 to local businesses. We will have that event there on December 16th, and then the other sponsors are Fraser's Appliance and Refrigeration, Harris Ace Hardware, Optum Orthopedics, Neesmith Chevrolet, Interstate Credit Union, Jesup Tire, Murphy Builder Supplies, Marshland Credit Union, The Hive, Great Clips, Omaha Federal Credit Union, Bear Sands Wax and Wellness Bar, Merle Norman, El Dorado, David's Clothing, City of Scriven, and Insightful Designs. So by shopping at any of these businesses except Interstate Credit Union, they will not be handing out tickets. They're just kind of supporting us through this process and supporting shopping local for the holiday season. You can find all of the businesses' ticket distribution guidelines on our Chamber Facebook page. We have each one individually posted there. So the grand prize winner will get $1,500. The second place prize winner will get $1,250. And then the third place prize winner will get $1,000. So out of all these prizes, 10% of the total prize will be given in cash. And then 90%, the winners will have the option to choose gift cards from participating businesses of their choice, and we will go out and purchase these and give them to the winners to
Sounds
further
good.
support shopping local for the holiday season.
Right, so we encourage our shoppers, like I said, to shop local, but these participating businesses that are sponsors of our Santa Shops Here, like Faith said, they each have their own set of guidelines as to how to go about getting tickets from their stores. Some of them are as easy as spending $10 gets you a ticket. Some of them are buying particular products or type of products gets you some tickets. So you do earn tickets by shopping in these local businesses, and those tickets go in the drawing for the 16th, like she said, December the 16th. And we are going to give them a little bit of cash, but for the most part, it's going to be gift certificates back to these participating businesses of the winner's choice, so that we can make sure that money goes right back into the community and our local businesses that are supporting this. So we're excited to see how well this goes this year. We've been pleased with our turnout. We hope that we can do this again next year and the years to come, and it grow, and just really have a big Shop Local campaign for our community. So.
Great promotion for downtown Jesup.
Yep, just encourage everybody to shop local at any of our businesses in Wayne County and support those businesses. The next thing I wanted to talk about is our Brew and Build. That is our morning business development and networking event. We used to do what's called lunch and learn, and those were always just kind of a little light lunch and some sort of speaker coming to share. We changed that up a little bit. We had our first one back in September, and it went very well. Tuesday, December the 3rd is our next Brew and Build. It will be held at Coastal Pines Technical College in the Polytech Center. This program we will have a gentleman named David Ryder from Anthem. He is going to come and share with us about the Georgia Chamber's SMART plan, and what that is affordable health care coverage to small and medium-sized businesses. Georgia Chamber started this program several years ago. They started out for just small businesses. I think the requirement was from 2 to 50 employees, and you qualified for one of their programs. They have revamped the program a little bit and extended it to medium-sized businesses as well. So we've got Mr. Ryder coming to share with us how the program works, how it can benefit our small and medium-sized businesses with customizable plans for your business. So I know for years, especially our small businesses have really struggled. It's hard to offer health insurance to your employees when you're a small business. And so this is a way that our small and medium-sized businesses can offer affordable health care plans to their employees. So again, that is scheduled Tuesday, December the 3rd. And we'll have coffee and a light breakfast, and then, of course, the program where we learn more about the SMART plan from Georgia Chamber, and that is $20 a person. So I just encourage anyone who's just curious and wants to learn more to come and hear the program and ask questions and, see if it's a fit for your company. So December the 3rd on a Tuesday, it's at 8:30. My mind went blank. It starts at 8:30. Usually is over by 10. So just give us a call, or you can go on our Facebook or our website, WayneChamberGA.com, to our events calendar and see a little bit more information about that and register for the event. So just encourage folks to do that. And then the other thing is our State of Agriculture luncheon. We've got that scheduled for Wednesday, December the 11th. It will be held at Captain Joe's Restaurant this year. It is from 11 to 1 on December the 11th. And we have Mr. Will Bentley coming as our guest speaker. Mr. Bentley is the president of Georgia Agribusiness Council. I'll get it out in a minute. Georgia Agribusiness Council. I have not heard him speak, but he came highly recommended to me, and we're looking forward to hearing from him on the state of agriculture for our state. And then, of course, we'll have a couple local folks here that will share a little bit about what's going on in Wayne County as far as agriculture goes. So that luncheon, again, is Wednesday, December the 11th. Tickets are $30 for chamber members. We'll have a great lunch and a great program. So just encourage folks to, come and attend and learn. Agriculture is such a huge part of Wayne County, huge part of Georgia, but especially Wayne County. So there's a lot of folks that don't realize what all goes on in the agriculture business in Wayne County. So this is a great time.
It's the state's largest industry.
Yes, it is. It is the Georgia's
agriculture,
largest.
which includes forestry,
That's
which is
right.
real big in this area, and the whole thing.
Yes, that's
it's
right.
Distribution, all the stuff that goes with
Yep. Yep. I encourage you to come learn, come listen and hear what's going on in our state and as well in Wayne County. So Tuesday, December 3rd is the Brewing Build, and Wednesday, December 11th is State of Agriculture. So get registered for those events, and we'll be wrapping up the year pretty much after that as far as events, and we'll kick back off in January with our eggs and issues, of course. So we'll have a week or two to relax, and then we'll get...
Oh, y'all don't ever relax down there at the chamber. When you're not putting on events, you're out there supporting the local businesses that are members.
That's true. We do our best to do that. We're always available. We do have a few ribbon cuttings that we've got scheduled over the next few weeks. So all of those are on our events calendar on our website. We have a coffee cart exchange Thursday morning coffee cart exchange, our networking event at Marshland Credit Union, 8:30 to 9:30. So come out and join us. So there's always something, always some way to network or learn more and get plugged in. So...
Well, just keep up with your local chamber by going to their Facebook page, Wayne County Chamber, or their website, which is waynechamberga.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's right. Yes.
All right. Lots going on with the chamber. Good seeing y'all this morning.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate
and we'll see
y'all.
you again soon, I'm sure.
We will. I think we'll be back next week or so.
Okay.
So, yeah, just
Sounds
keep
good.
everybody
Any
informed.
questions or anything for the chamber members? Okay. All right.
Thank y'all.
All right. We'll be back with more of the world-famous Butch and Bob Show in a moment right here on Big Dog Country Radio. Good morning.
South Georgia weather. Here's your WIFO forecast.
Good morning, everyone. Partly sunny skies today. Warm and a little breezy through the afternoon with a high close to 80 degrees. More clouds and a 50-50 shot of showers tonight. Tomorrow, a few showers early, then gradually a little more sunshine for Wednesday afternoon with a high close to 80. Thursday, sunny, breezy, much cooler. Highs on Thursday in the mid-60s. I'm Georgia meteorologist Laura Huckabee in the GNN Weather Center.
When further treatment is no longer an option, hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties since 1998. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the local nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our administrative office is located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, and Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria, regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak with someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia, working to add life to your days.
Well, we continue on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. Bob, who do we have as our guest now?
We have a couple of people from the Wayne Memorial Hospital. We've got the CFO, Mr. Joe Roddy, the CFO,
CEO.
Greg Jones, CEO. I'm sorry, had to get my initials
And
right.
Greg's
He's the
finance
CFO,
guy.
right? He's the
on charge
finance
all
guy,
the time.
right? So
He's got the
anyway,
important
they wanted
job
some
all the
time, so we'll turn it over to those two men. Who wants to go first? I guess Joe.
Thank you. Good
Joe or
morning.
Roddy? Go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning. We just wanted to come here to dispel some erroneous information that unfortunately kind of caught us flat-footed yesterday morning. Someone made a post that was factually incorrect. Someone said that we are closing our obstetrical unit and put a timeline on that. First of all, I want to make something very clear to everyone listening. There are absolutely no plans to permanently close our obstetrics unit. We know how important that is. Now, with that being said, we are having some very tough challenges with staffing that, as you can imagine. Everyone across the country has problems staffing things, no matter what industry it is, and we're no different. So, yes, we have talked about temporarily having to suspend those services till we can get the proper resources to safely, efficiently be able to provide that service. And so the question that folks have, legitimate questions, is, well, how did we get here with only, right now we have one provider delivering all of our babies? Well, how did we get here? Totally fair question. So we'll go back to about about maybe 15 to 18 months ago, Ray. That sounds about right. Mm-hmm. We had 3 practicing obstetric physicians here. We had Dr. Roth, Dr. Major, and Dr. Harris. Shortly, late spring, Dr. Harris notified us that he was going to be retiring. So that obviously left a vacancy. But we thought, we still have 2 people, but we've got to find a third. Okay, well, he gave us that notice, and then about probably 45 days or so later, Dr. Roth informs us that he's going to semi-retire. He moves over to Brunswick, and he's now retired up in the North Georgia mountains. So we had Dr. Harris going to retire in November. We had Dr. Roth, who was already going to be leaving. I think he left in April or May or June of 23. So we were able to recruit Dr. Moore, who came and started in September. So we were still with 3 folks. Then Dr. Harris then retired. We had a vacancy to try to find someone else, but we had 2 folks here so we could keep it together. And then in June of this year, Dr. Moore was unexpectedly relieved of her duties by the group that she worked for. Pretty much fired right there on the spot. No 30-day notice, no 60-day, no 90-day notice. Here today, gone tomorrow. And that put us into a pickle probably, I think that was late June of this year, early July. That put us in a pickle, obviously. So that's how we are where we are. We have Dr. Akpala, who handles gynecological services for women. So we do have those services now, and we will always continue to have women's health services across the board, and we still have those taken care of now. But that's why we are where we are, okay? So this is where we are today. Then the next logical question that folks may have is, why can't we get more people to come here? Fair question. What's going on? Why can't we replace these folks easy, like we have in other specialties? And it starts from the very beginning with residents. There are fewer folks graduating from medical school and doing their residency in obstetrics. Okay? You know what the number 1 specialty that's coming out right now? It's dermatology. Why is that? Because dermatologists work Monday through Friday. They don't work nights. They don't work weekends. So that's what's becoming more popular. It's this work-life balance, which we'll talk more about in a minute. But that's the number 1. So now there aren't enough graduates coming out of school. So now your pool of candidates now to pick from is now less because you supply and demand. So that makes it even harder. Okay? So we've tried to be real creative in how can we find folks. We work with a headhunter to try to help us. We try to find out anyone locally. We actually got a database where we sent an email blast to 4,000 obstetric physicians. This was back in August, and these folks have unbelievable databases, that the physician either grew up in Georgia, graduated high school in Georgia, went to medical school, or did their residency in Georgia. And for some of these folks, we found out if they had a spouse who had a tie to Georgia. And it was I think it was like 3,800 and change candidates all throughout the country. We sent an email blast. We got 3 responses. Okay? Well, Joe, why are you only getting 3 responses? Another good question. The market has changed dramatically across the country for smaller hospitals. Let me give you an example. So when we got these low responses and we're not getting the traffic that we want to get to be able to talk to folks like we can in other specialties, we try to find out why. And so I called a couple different colleagues, and we called a good friend of mine who's over at Houston Healthcare in Warner Robins, Georgia. His name's Charles Briscoe. They have the Warner Robins Hospital and the Perry Hospital, falls below them. They actually had to close deliveries from their Perry Hospital because they couldn't service both, and they consolidated in Warner Robins. And I called him. I said, Charles, tell me what you're seeing in your market, OB. He said, it's a huge problem for us. And I said, well, what's your problem? Let's compare notes. He said, I have 7 obstetricians right now. I said, 7? And he said, we do about 2,200 deliveries a year. He said, I can't find anyone. He said, I probably need 1 or 2 more. I said, what do you mean you can't find 1 or 2 more? He said, I said, that's being on call every 3rd or 4th, not 4th night. He said, the big hospitals in Macon and in Columbus are cleaning my clock because they can provide 8 or 9 folks in a call rotation, but they have a laborist program. And I'll get into that in a minute. So facilities that size are having problems replenishing their medical staff. Okay, so we're like, wow. So I immediately then called our friends in Savannah, St. Joe's Candler. They only do babies at Candler. And I said, what are you guys doing? Well, we had 8 folks over here in our rotation. And he said we really needed more, and we couldn't find anyone. So we created a laborist program. I said, I said, I've kind of heard of that. How is that working over there? Well, we do about 3,000 deliveries at Candler Hospital. And they said that the laborist allows the physician to come and deliver a baby whenever they want. I said, excuse me? He said, yes, we now provide a program where if the physician just decides, even though they're on call that night, that maybe they had a long day or they just don't want to come in, that they could just turn over to the laborist and the laborist will deliver that baby. So it's part of that work-life balance. And that's very, very hard to compete with because we only need 3 folks here. So if you can imagine, we could try to help and get some docs to come and fill in some, but you're going to have to be on call a lot more. And this newer crop of folks, they value the work-life balance of being off more than they do with their potential income. Let me give you an example. I mean, these are examples of people we've talked to. We got a name of a gentleman who's going to be graduating, who we talked to, and we were trying to get him to come visit us and see what we have. And the state of Georgia has a wonderful program that if you come to an underserved area to do obstetrics or family medicine, they will provide you $25,000, the state will, of payment to pay off your medical school loans for every year you stay up to 4 years. So if someone has $100,000 in med school loans, they could get that paid off by just coming to visit. Not coming to visit, coming to practice. So we told this physician, and we told him, hey, look, if you got med school loans, the state, Georgia will help you with this. We can provide this. And we tried to get him just to come visit. And he said, Mr. Roddy, I hear everything you're telling me. And he said, that is a nice program you have. And I know that I can make a good income, probably more than I can where I'm going to go. But I value my time off more than I do what my income is going to make. And I remember hanging up the phone and going and talking to Greg, you remember? And I said, this is going to be an enormous mountain to climb because let me tell you what this doc just told me. And that's why it's so difficult. It's not any other reason other than the market. The big hospitals are having the same challenges, but they're able to provide programs that we can't provide, and they are unintentionally squeezing us in the market and making it more difficult to be able to get folks to come here. Okay, that's the reason. It is market. And if we wanted to just recruit somebody and put a body in there to someone to take care of that, we could find folks. But it's not just having someone there. I mean, you're talking about delivering someone's child. We want to ensure that we have a vested person who is of the highest quality doing any healthcare, especially delivering babies. The fact that anyone would think that we don't want to deliver babies at our hospital, I mean, that is like the greatest thing you can be a part of is bringing a new life into this world. Why wouldn't we want to be a part of that? I mean, I have nieces, I have nephews, cousins, people I go to church with, friends that have daughters. Why wouldn't we want them to come deliver their baby with us? It's the greatest thing you can be a part of. But at the same token, we have to be very careful to be sure that we're ensuring that it is a quality service and it's a safe service. And having one person there to deliver all your babies just isn't safe. I mean, gosh forbid, someone's going into labor and we call that one physician in and they get detained for some reason or something happens. Now what? And then it's going to be on us. Well, why are you providing a service when you don't have any backup? And that's something that we have to balance, is to be able to do quality, but for it to be safe. And that to us is the quandary here is to be able to ensure that we are providing a quality, safe obstetrical practice.
Okay, and that's Joe Roddy, CEO of Wayne Memorial Hospital. Next.
and I was just going to say that this problem is not unique to us. There have been 30 how many? 33 hospitals in Georgia that have closed their obstetric units since 2009.
33.
Just in our area, you're talking about Appling, Hazelhurst, Swainsboro, Reedsville, and all these are community hospitals, and they
are, Greg.
Close them.
Just, I mean, I can't. It's just amazing.
33, and so, and I looked at our deliveries for last month. We did 45 deliveries at Wayne Memorial Hospital. You know how many of those mothers were from Wayne County? You want to take a guess? Anybody?
I have no idea.
16. So
16 from Wayne, the rest of them
about
from
a third. So 2/3 of our mothers are driving from somewhere else. So it's not a unique problem to us. So I did it year to date. I thought, well, maybe October was an anomaly. So I looked year to date, and I think we've delivered 452 babies or something like that, and 171 were from Wayne. So it's about 38%. So still about 2/3 of our mothers are driving from somewhere else anyway. You know, and I looked, and I'm like, gosh, what does everybody else do? I mean, it's, you know. And so if you live in Fernandina Beach, Florida, a lot of people from here go to Fernandina Beach. A lot of them have places at Fernandina Beach. That hospital does not deliver babies. So if the traffic is good and there's no blockages on the causeway and no wrecks and no construction, you can make it from there to the closest hospital that does deliver in 38 minutes. Now, if there's a wreck or something else, you're talking about an hour and a half. So this problem is not unique to us. We don't want to close it, period. I mean, if we could get the physicians here, we would do it no matter what. But it's not unique to us. You know, the Facebook warriors out there don't realize the entire situation. They need to do a little more research and see what the landscape is out there. You can't find physicians, and I don't blame them. They want a lifestyle where they get a call every 1 in 8 days during the day, no call at night because you have a laborist program. I mean, how are we supposed to compete with that?
I guess it's the millennials. That's that age group there. They're just
Yes.
trying. It's just a little bit different generation than it was for us boomers, and they value that time off, and which you can't blame them for that.
Well, with the lack of folks, it's a buyer's market.
Yeah,
It's a buyer's market.
And we're very fortunate to have kept it like we've had it for this many years. We've been extremely fortunate, and we're hoping for it to start back, and we're hoping the paradigm shifts. You know, it does shift. Both of my parents were born in a house. My brother and I were both delivered by family practice physicians. I was delivered by Dr. McGahee, and my brother was delivered by Robbie Pumpelli's dad.
Well, I wonder how
There were
many
no
people around
OBs.
here were delivered by them. Those two right there.
There were no OBs. You know, now we've been fortunate enough to have those, and then now you have laborists that are doing it. So I would say in several years, it's going to be almost 100% laborist.
Now, what is a laborist?
A laborist is
Joe?
somebody who all they do is they stay at the hospital and they deliver babies. They don't see anyone in the office. They just there to just deliver the
And
babies.
they've got that special training.
That's
for
all.
that.
That's all they do, and it's a high volume because when you deliver 3,000 babies, okay, you can afford to have a laborist there. But here's the problem with that program. While that sounds great, you know, ladies go and they have a connection with their doctor, and they work with that physician and that staff for 9 months, and then to go there and knowing that you're not going to that physician, there's all likelihood is not going to be there. You know that's not what folks are looking for, and that's not the type of service, impersonal service that we want to provide.
Right.
In Savannah, that works for them, and I don't know what the patients were. Some patients may like it, they may not, but that's not the type of service that we want to provide. And you know, to have to retool a service is not something that we haven't had to do before. I can give you 3 examples. You know, back in 2021. Our orthopedic service line was decimated. All we had was Dr. Velosin, and Dr. Kinnerly was slowing down on his way to retire. And we had to limit some of our orthopedic services. Well, we had to get after it, and we were lucky enough to recruit 2 physicians, Dr. Polander and Dr. Grisey. And now we have a robust orthopedic practice, robotics, and it is going gangbusters. Even sooner, a year ago, 1 year from right now, we had 1 general surgeon. We had Dr. Christmas and we had Dr. Kennedy, Dr. Michael Kennedy, and we recruited Dr. Moreno because we needed 3. Well, Dr. Kennedy met a girl and moved over to where she was and got married to her, and Dr. Christmas was unexpectedly relieved of his duties by his group, so we had 1 general surgeon. So we had to limit our ability to do general surgery. We got after it, and now we had Dr. Moreno, we have Dr. Bowers, and Dr. McCarley, who you all
were
met
on the show the other day.
Yeah. Fully trained robotic physicians going like gangbusters. I think the three of them did almost 125 surgeries last month. There's just the three of them. Okay, so this is not anything that's unique. We currently have a suspended program. It's our ear, nose, and throat program. We had Dr. Jenkins here, who everybody loved. Well, Dr. Jenkins had something unfortunately happen in his life, and he had to stop practicing immediately. So we're looking for an ear, nose, and throat physician. So we have temporarily suspended that service line with the hopes of, and we still have all the equipment, we still have the office space to crank back up. But, when part of the problem is this is an extremely hard mountain to climb. But when we get bad information put out there on the internet, now do you know how much harder it's going to be now to try to recruit somebody? Well, I just heard that you guys are, why are you talking to me? I just heard you guys are going to close your unit February 1.
You mean you can't believe everything that you read on social media? I mean, Bob and I are always amazed at that. But there's no fact checking on that, folks.
Well, the problem is I'm not going to accuse anyone of being intentional or what they did, but maybe inadvertently what they've inadvertently does, they've made a tough job to find somebody even tougher. And and again, I can't say this enough. We want that service. Why would we not want to provide a service that 2/3 of the folks that are accessing are coming from outside this county? That does nothing but to help strengthen the organization to be able to provide. I mean, if we get more people who drive here from out of town, the better it is for business. And I mean, Greg was telling me, we were talking about, something we have to balance is, we have a program where we're delivering babies, and it's basically put together with a shoestring, and we have a bad outcome because we don't have the proper resources in place. Well, then what happens to the organization?
You get a big lawsuit, and then we don't have a hospital at all, and 500 people don't have their job.
Okay. So what's next? All right, you've got one doctor delivering babies now that practices here in Wayne County, and you want to bring another one or two in. So what's the next step? What's going to happen next month or next month at Wayne Memorial Hospital when it comes to delivering babies?
We're trying to find someone to get in here now to try to keep this open, to try to keep us from not having to suspend it. Okay, but if we can't find anybody, one person can't be expected to do this. And I want to, we've got to find a group of 3 people that can work together, work harmoniously, and work together to provide good quality care. We've spoken with Dr. Major. She's been involved in this process, and she understands. She's been trying to recruit someone to come into her practice. Okay, and to no avail. We met with her. I think it was last Monday a week ago, and talk about this. And she told us. She said she looked us dead in the eye and said, "Look, I understand." She said, I don't know what else we can do. But she said, I know you all in the hospital are putting together the best effort possible. She said, I'm not mad at her quote was, I'm not mad at anybody. I know everyone here is trying as hard as they can. And that's all we can do, Butch, is not give up, is to keep trying to get somebody here and do everything we can. But again, I'm going to go back to this. We can, if we want to just find a warm body to put in that service, we can find somebody. I mean, we had a call. We had a call 2 weeks ago from somebody that said, "Hey, I saw on a recruiting board that you guys are looking for OB physician. I'd love to come work there and talk to you folks, and maybe come try it out." And we were like, I was like, great. And I said, all right, well, tell me a little bit about yourself. Well, I haven't been practicing in 2 years because I couldn't. My malpractice carrier decided they weren't going to renew me. Okay, I want you to think about that. That's like giving the keys. That's like giving the keys to your car, Bob, to somebody who can't get car insurance. Would you do that? No, and I'm not going to let someone go in there and deliver babies.
You want the quantity, but you want that quality also.
You have to.
So you have to because of the patients for Wayne Memorial Hospital. So you're just in aggressive recruiting mode right now. It'd be great if somebody could come in and with Dr. Major's office, because you've got an established office there, you've got clientele there, you've got an experience of BYGN, and it would be great if they could come in there and that'd give you 2. And if you had another one, then we wouldn't have this problem.
That's the issue that we're having is being able to find somebody, because it's nothing against Wayne County. It's nothing against the hospital. It's nothing against anything. If I'm 31 years old and I'm going to start a family, okay, or I'm looking to start my career, and I really don't care about how much money I make, why wouldn't you go to a place like Savannah or Macon or a bigger place and be on call every 8th night? Forget a laborist. That's icing on the cake. But just forget if they have laborers like Brunswick every 8th night instead of being on every 3rd night. Yeah, I'm going to see more patients and I'm going to do better financially. But if that doesn't matter to you, I mean, I thought for sure a new person coming out of school that had med school loans would be all over getting $100,000 of their debt paid by being here for 4 years. And he said, thank you, but no thanks. He took a job right outside Charlotte, North Carolina. So that's we just want to put the facts out there. Greg, you got anything you want to add?
That's it. I just want everybody to know that it's not just Joe and I getting on the phone and trying to call people. We have professional recruiters that this is all they do. These are the best of the best in the nation, and they're looking everywhere, trying everything, but they're telling us, look, the situation you're in, the landscape that you're in, with the size that you are, it's a needle in a haystack. You may could find that needle, but it's a needle in a haystack. The odds are heavily stacked against you.
Yeah, you mentioned several hospitals in this area that I thought for sure would have babies being delivered or not.
And listen, I'm not trying to predict anything, but if you look at the physicians and the market sizes of Waycross and Coffee, when those folks start to retire or move, they're not going to be able to recruit them either because they don't have the volume to do it either. They're going to be in the same situation we are.
Waycross has 2 people delivering babies right now, and you know how much bigger they are than
there
we
are a lot
2.
more people.
That's a 300-bed hospital.
Coffee has
where
3.
does people where do all the people, ladies in Appleton County go to have?
They
babies?
drive to Vidalia, or they drive to us, or they drive other places. I mean, and look, it's done. People do it all the time, but that doesn't mean it should be accepted, and that's the way we look at it. Okay. If people can drive from Baxley to Jesup, well, you know what? They can drive from Jesup to Brunswick, but that's not what we want. We want to provide that service.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what y'all are talking about there. You're trying to, to kind of dispel some of those rumors that were on social media. The fact that we are down to 1. You're doing your best to recruit other doctors to come in to deliver.
And that's all we want. I mean, that's what we want to come and say and let folks know, because I think it's important. Quite honestly, we've been after this and we've discussed it, but we got caught yesterday morning kind of flat-footed that somebody would post something like that and not even talk to us, and then next thing we know, we're getting all these calls and all this. Everything's gotten chaotic. I had to call our recruiter and say, "Hey, this is what's going on out there. This is what someone told." And he said, "Are you kidding me, Joe?"
People want to believe people believe what they want to believe, no matter what the facts may be.
That's a fact. Right.
So, you just have to continue to do the right thing, which y'all doing right now in terms of trying to recruit the doctor and just keep moving forward.
And we appreciate y'all allowing us this forum to come here and be able to tell the facts on what's going on. And we'll keep you updated on what's going on. But we definitely appreciate you guys allowing us to be here and having something like this so we can get out and we can tell folks what the facts are. So thank you very much.
All right. Anything else for him, Bob?
I appreciate y'all coming in.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else? Any way we can help, just let us know.
Hey, if anyone can help, listen, use that social media to put on your Facebook and your social media pages that Wayne County is advertising for an obstetrician to come deliver babies and give them the hospital's number. If that's how folks can help
That's how they can help.
Yes,
Bring
sir.
some more doctors in the town. Joe, Greg, y'all have a good day and good luck with taking care of this situation.
Thank you.
All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO, brought to you by O.C. Welch Ford, by Murphy Builder Supply, First Southern Bank, and the Service Department at GNS Auto Sales.